Silva now resetting. Looking for Coleman, looking for anybody. Backing, spinning, missing is McCoy. Shot clock expires. That one hit the bottom of the backboard, no rim.
I love the CSUN bench. Every single coach jumped up in celebration. That's what you do as a coach. Look, you always have to preach effort. You have to demand effort. And it's exactly what they're doing, getting that 30-second shot clock violation. Look at this, though, on the other end. This is what they love to do. CSUN will move it in fast break if you allow them.
Scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes for Hawaii. They led this game 2-0 at one point. Sean Allen Ikins, nothing but net. That's why he was named to the first team All-Big West this year.
I feel like 10, 20, 30 years from now, I'm going to go to a YMCA and play some pickup basketball, and Deshaun Allen Ikins is going to be playing the exact same style as he plays today, and it's effective. He's a first-team all-conference player playing old man basketball at the rec center.
CSUN turns it over again. They're running as they've done all tournament long. Who touched it last? Out of bounds on Hawaii. Possession stays with the Matadors. We'll take our first media timeout. CSUN, after an upset win yesterday, looking for another one today. So far, so good early on. '24 Hercules Tires Big West Basketball Championships are brought to you by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. By the Ontario International Airport. SoCal, so easy. University Credit Union. Bank with your brain. By the City of Henderson, an all-star city. And by the Hawaiian Islands, presenting sponsor of the 2024 Big West Men's Volleyball Championship. Here we are at the Big West Men's Basketball Championship. And the upset-minded CSUN Matadors as the 7th seed lead early over 3rd-seeded Hawaii. And CSUN, after a late game last night, back in the gym at 8 a.m. this morning, running their shoot-around. And they don't look fatigued whatsoever here, at least early on.
They were contenders in the Big West for the first half of the Big West Conference season. Ended up finishing as the 7th seed. There was a bit of a logjam in the standings, but part of that's because they lost 5 of their last 6 games until last night when they beat UC Santa Barbara, which was a really fun game to watch.
First tournament win in 10 years. CSUN trying to win their first Big West tournament since 2009. There's a big finish from the big man, De'Aaron Tucker. He's going to be going to work against the pair of Hawaii bigs that have done a lot of damage this year. And Javon McClanahan and Justin McCoy. CSUN on an 8-0 run after trailing 2-0.
Great shot fake. That got him to pass into the post. That little shot fake by McCoy gave him a little bit of an angle to get the ball down inside to the big man. I always talk about this. The shot fake, it's got to be the most underused fundamental in basketball. I mean, it does so much for you. Gets your defense out of position, gets them hands in a different place. It allows you to get a good pass or a drive. And I always like to pat somebody in the back when they do a good job with it.
Doesn't have to be a big exaggerated one either, as we saw there. Just a quick little flinch.
Exactly.
Second foul on De'Aaron Tucker already. Both teams with 2 fouls. It's 2 on Rapp, 2 on Tucker. From the charity stripe, Bernardo da Silva on the board with his first free throw make, a 51% free throw shooter on the year. He started every game, recorded 7 double-doubles, averages 7 boards a game. He's a beast.
Da Silva, senior co-captain, alongside Noel Coleman. 2 seniors on this squad. Both these guys have been here for 4 years.
Javon McClanahan checking in for the first time. He's been playing off the bench since returning from a shoulder injury. A dead pair for Da Silva. And 4-point game. Bostic around Coleman from the free throw line. You bet.
It's another paint touch. Just barely in the paint, but he got his foot in the paint and it led to a mid-range shot. You have to be able to contain this CSUN squad driving to the basket.
CSUN's made their last 4 field goals. Hawaii's missed their last 4 from the floor. The top is Coleman. McClanahan works it to Beatty. Clock winding down. Look at Da Silva down low. Going to work on Sengha. Clock expiring. Aaron shot off the backboard.
Oh, great job.
Able to find it and put it in as McClanahan. CSUN bench calling for a shot clock violation, and
they'll review
the officials might go to the monitor, and they will, yeah.
But who lost McClanahan? Oftentimes it's at the end of a game clock or shot clock when somebody gets lost. McClanahan's too good to lose. He's small, but he's stocky and strong, and the presence of mind for him, the senior, to see that the clock was expiring and get that shot up before the shot clock went off. Thumbs up to him.
Jovan McClanahan at 5'10", smallest guy on the floor. He's played at his best against CSUN this year. Season high 23 in the second of 2 matchups.
I mean, it definitely did not hit the rim, but did he get rid of it in time? And it's very difficult to see there. The only way you can tell is if McClanahan got it off on time is to look at the opposite shot clock on the other side of the floor. And that was kind of blurry and fuzzy on that one. That's a tough one to see.
So officials convening.
Ruling on the floor is a shot clock violation. Ball's out of bounds.
So it is a shot clock violation.
Okay.
McClanahan not able to get it off in time.
All right, I admire the effort.
So take that basket off the board. The CSUN lead back to 7. CSUN.
A 2-2-1 full court press. This full court press isn't really designed to pressure you and take the ball away. It's designed to kind of take you out of your offense, and then they go back and do a 2-3 zone out of it. So now a little bit of a changed look. So if you're CSUN, hit those high post short corners, exactly what they did to Sandha right there.
In the paint, just off to the side. Rebounded by De Silva. He averages 7+ a game. He's already got 2. Wide open is Noel Coleman, and he drains it. Hawaii on the comeback trail.
Deontay Bostic, number 0, I think was defending that, and he fell on the floor, coming up a little gimpy. You can see him in the bottom right of your screen.
Noel Coleman, honorable mention, all Big West. Meanwhile, a substitute for each side awaits at the scores table. Bostic on the elbow. Able to work on Coleman and give it up to the corner. Good on the tray by Jared Barnett. Rainbow Warriors looking to speed things up. Wrap all the way, coast to coast. Beautiful finish with the right.
Yeah, nobody slowed him down. He's still playing with those 2 fouls here early in the game, and nobody stopped him. Easy transition bucket for Rapp.
Nice bounce pass. Sangha able to make the teardrop fall.
I think CSUN is adjusting to that zone pretty well. I mean, they're hitting him in the right spots, and he's able to get a good, complete, good-looking shot off.
This team on offense does a lot right. So many different types of looks. McCoy on the mismatch. Makes Barnett pay. And Hawaii brings it within a basket.
You know, McCoy, Hawaii's 9-3 in their last 12 games. McCoy, they say McCoy and Juan Munoz have been kind of key in this turnaround that they've had midseason. But in those last 12 games, McCoy, like we talked about, averaging 17 and 7 and about 90% from the foul line.
Alan Ikens with a hand in his face makes it fall. Sean Alan Ikens showing us why he was named first team All Big West this year. Alan Ikens averages 18.5 a game. He put up 23 in the overtime win over UC Santa Barbara. 3.5 hours was that game last night. That was an absolute battle to the very end. Foul on the floor. It is the 3rd of the first half for CSUN. It'll be the first charged to Jasmine Sangha. Hawaii trailing by 5. Into the huddle now as CSUN looks to keep the momentum rolling. CSUN on top in our first of 2 men's quarterfinal showdowns here from the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. CSUN efficient, 7 of 11 from the field. Hawaii struggling with the shooting touch to get it started.
They really are. They've taken 12 field goal attempts, 6 of them been threes. And now Hawaii, keep in mind, is a really good three-point shooting team. This is a team that shoots about 34%, but they're only 1 of 6 right now. So that kind of explains the slow start for the Rainbow Warriors right now. Keep in mind, too, this is a team who's playing in this arena for the first time in a year. So CSUN's warmed up. They were here 18 hours ago playing. And then, Hawaii's trying to make those adjustments and feel it out before they really start to get feeling good on the court.
18 of the 25 points in this game combined in the paint. As Harry Ruliadev into the game and gets his first touch. Ruliadev out of Australia. Hawaii working it around the outside. It's the battle we're going to be looking at all night. McCoy on Alan Ikens. 5 on the shot clock. Beatty on the crossover. On the drive. Can't get the finish to fall as Tucker soars for the board. Matadors into their half-court offense. Look penetrating thus far, and a foul on the offense away from the ball. De'Aaron Tucker got into a defender and The turnover forced by the Rainbow Warriors.
I didn't see what happened, but I know post play is extremely physical. So you're trying to get positioning. You're going to take Tucker out of the game. So let's see right here. Look at 35. He's setting this ball. So it's on the ball screen. It's on the ball screen. He didn't have his feet set. He kind of nudged with his left. That's a good call by the official.
Third foul on De'Aaron Tucker. Fourth foul on CSUN as a team.
That's a massive blow. And De'Aaron Tucker is not a guy that's going to score you a lot of points, but he is a rim protector, and Hawaii has size. And so they're going to miss him. I doubt they put him back in here in the first half. 6'10" rim protector.
Juan Munoz back into the game, spelling Noel Coleman. Hawaii pretty big out there right now. No Bernardo da Silva, but still a lot of size. Harry Ruliadef, a mismatch nightmare at 6'9", 220. He moves really, really well. See it there on the ball screen. Clanahan, just too much on the shot. Ryan Njonga pulled down that board. He's checked in for the first time. Didn't see too much of him yesterday in the 87-84 win in overtime over UC Santa Barbara. Gives it up to Hunt. Soaring for the board is Beatty. Hawaii splitting the regular season series. Picked to finish third. That's exactly where they finished during the Big West regular season. They're looking for their first Big West championship since 2016. McCoy can't get the shot to fall, but he's fouled. Chance for a couple of free throws upcoming as Njonga got into him. It's his first and the team's fifth already.
This Rainbow Warriors team, they started out in Big West play 2-6. Things weren't looking good for them. And they finished, like we've talked about a couple of times here, they finished 9 of 12. Those were all in Big West play. And so that's why you see them here as the number 3 seed. They got that first round quarterfinals bye. It's how you, not how you start, it's how you finish. And they've had a heck of a finish to Big West regular season. Justin
McCoy making the first one. Back at it again. Second team all Big West this year. Hawaii is third school. First one not in the ACC. Started at Virginia, then at North Carolina. See him finishing up his career with his high school teammate, Juan Munoz. On the ball defense now.
Think about the players he backed up in Virginia and at North Carolina. And I had a good conversation with Coach Gannat this morning. He was saying they've had a lot of success in their time there in recruiting guys. Nice shot by Allen Akins, wide open. But Hawaii's had a lot of success recruiting guys from Power 5 programs who have backed up a future NBA player. McCoy was one of those guys. And he went down a list of guys, and Kameka Hapa being one of the more recent guys. And McCoy had a heck of a season. It's just really first year he's played, a substantial amount of minutes. He's an all-conference player. Really come out of it into his own here as a fifth-year senior.
Hawaii's big man depth likely to be tested this week. Morsek, 20th game of 30 for his ACL, so really not a lot of depth in the front court for Ron Gannat's side. McCoy responding with a 3. Teams trading trays. And Hawaii keeping it close.
Well, they're starting to come alive with their shot, are they not? They started out 1 of 6. They've made 1 of their last 2 now, so starting to feel good. Again, the key for Hawaii on defense is protecting the paint, containing the drive, and not allowing them to score in and around the basket, because that's what CSUN wants to do, and that's where they're really excelling.
Gianni Hunt to the baseline, looking for a teammate. Bostic getting Ruliadef off the feet. Comes down hard on the 6'2 junior out of Clearwater, Florida.
Great job by Bostic moving off the ball. It's a great delivery and a pass. And they create so much attention inside the paint. Look at Hunt right here. The pass is beautiful. Bostic in the right spot. Look at those shot fake. Shot fake got 2 guys up in the air, and therefore Ruliadef gets the foul called on him.
3-point game. Just over the halfway point in the first half. It's the first of our 2 men's quarterfinal games this evening. A fun one later when you see Riverside and Long Beach State. Bostic in the one-on-one. In the paint. Through contact. What a finish.
So good. He's physical. We talked about that. His athleticism, his strength. He's not just athletic. He is incredibly strong. He is a beast in and around the basket and can shoot really good from behind the arc.
Much thicker than 6'2", 185 would suggest.
That might be his weight when he was a freshman.
From the other corner, Rui Adeff responds with a three. Hawaii going shot for shot with CSUN. It's a one-basket game. Jones, nifty crossover dribble. Out to Hunt for three. Just off the outside of the rim. Well, McClanahan's got cooked up. Rui Adeff passed up that open pass, kissing it off the glass. And it's a tied-up game at 20 apiece.
The Aussie having his way out there. 5 points in consecutive possessions.
Sangha and De Silva. Sangha misses everything right into the arms of Rui Adeff. Up to Munoz. Catch and shoot tray. Back of the iron. Beatty came soaring in a bit too aggressively and will be charged for his first foul. 4 so far charged to Hawaii. 5 on CSUN as we're all tied.
Look at Munoz. Does a great job of distributing the ball. Got Rui Adeff an open three-point shot on the outside. Then Rui Adeff next possession has it the high post. Uses a little floater layup style to get to the baskets. 2 consecutive scores for Rui Adeff. 5 points so far in this game.
CSUN running at a sprinter's pace early. They've really settled into their half-court offense in the last couple of minutes. Hawaii back into his own defense as Hunt tries a trade. Left-handed shot falls. It's a three-point lead for the Matadors.
I tell you, Hunt is really good when he gets hot. He shoots a tick under 30% from three, so he's not a consistent three-point shooter. But he was hot last night, and if he gets hot again today, it's looking good for CSUN's offense.
De Silva fouled on the floor by Frelo. That'll take us to the under 8 timeout. CSUN holding on to a lead. The Matadors look for another upset in the Big West Championship. A tight one in our 3-7 showdown between Hawaii and CSUN. Matadors playing with some life. Take a look at our all Big West first team. Sean Allen Ikens representing the Matadors. We'll see Pierre Cockrell tomorrow in the semifinals, as well as Elijah Pepper. A lot of great scores on this list.
2 all-conference players. Pierre Crockwell, first teamers obviously. Pierre Crockwell is a walking assist. And Elijah Pepper is now first or second all-time in Big West Conference scoring. First in recent memory. He's been terrific as a walking bucket. But you see right here, CSUN's doing a great job moving the ball. They've hit 3 threes. Both these teams have hit a trio of threes. Now here's the thing, CSUN's shooting about 59% from the field. They have not got to the foul line, which is rare for a team that gets the foul line quite a bit.
Free throw, or Frelo rather. You got me thinking about free throws. Frelo steps in front of the inbound pass. CSUN efforting their way to a lead here after a really strong performance in OT against a well-coached, very skilled UCSB team. So if Jones can get out of this, he does. Allen Ikens from the corner, not enough on it. Juan Munoz out of Morrisville, North Carolina, near Raleigh, transfer from Longwood. There's Rui Adeff. Going to work down low. He's rejected. Wrestling it away is Bernardo De Silva. Somehow able to rifle that thing in there. Bernardo De Silva muscling it up. He's got 3 points.
3 seconds. I was worried about it for him. I was worried about that for him. He was in there just a little bit too long. You don't see a 3-second call that often these days, do you?
No, we saw one of the women's side yesterday, one of the early games, but I think that's been it as far as the Big West Championships. It's about that pivot foot, important pivot foot, but you can't do it with too much regularity.
For more than 3 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. That's the rule. Let's send it down to Chloe Clark on the sideline.
Yeah, you guys mentioned Juan Munoz, and he's in a unique situation with it being his 8th year of college due to a variety of unfortunate injuries. But Coach said when healthy, he considers Juan Munoz to be one of the most premier players in this league. Back to you guys.
You'll find that a lot in college basketball these days as Lanahan goes up and under for the make.
Chloe's so right about Juan Munoz. You know, look, he played at Longwood, he played 5 years at Longwood. They just punched their ticket to the big dance last weekend. Munoz had 2 ACL tears in his 5 years at Longwood. He becomes a grad transfer to Hawaii, tears his ACL in a preseason game, and then the next year, which was last year, tore his Achilles in an exhibition game. He went through senior night, thought it was over, decided, you know what, I want to continue playing, goes for the waiver, he gets the waiver. Now he's played every single game, and he started most of the entire Big West season. And they've said, you know, really, Munoz and McCoy, those two have really helped when they've got it figured out, they've gotten comfortable on the floor. McCoy being a first-year player here, Munoz coming back from injury, that's when things really started to click for the Rainbow Warriors.
Here's Noel Coleman, and the rebound to Jones. It's not too often you see a guy go to school, do this 4 years, and get out. I've seen a lot of guys stay 5, 6, 7, and in the case of Munoz, 8 years.
Munoz is like your age, isn't he?
He's getting there. Oh, man. CSUN on top, Hawaii hoping to change the lead. 3 lead changes and a pair of ties so far in a back-and-forth showdown in men's quarterfinal action. Looking to penetrate. Intending for Bernardo da Silva. Senga with the hands on the hips after the foul called on him.
Well, da Silva did such a great job of getting positioning. Senga knew he was trapped underneath the basket, so he had to do something to try to prevent da Silva from getting the ball. You gamble on that, and you get a foul call a lot of the times. Because if da Silva catches it right there, I mean, Senga's so buried underneath the basket, it's going to be a pretty easy opportunity for da Silva to get a bucket.
7th team foul for the Matadors. We'll send da Silva to the line. It's the second on Senga. He goes to the bench. Now Frelo, the LA native, in his place. We didn't see a ton of Frelo yesterday, but he's already being featured pretty heavily here early on by first-year head coach Andy Newman. Goodbye to Silva. Tips it to Deshaun Allen Ikins. 5 minutes to go in the first half. CSUN absolutely looks like they belong in this quarterfinal matchup. Bostic on the catch and shoot. Rebound tip to Beatty in Hawaii. Move on McClanahan. Going to distribute. He was going to pop the shot instead. Finds McCoy on a mismatch. McCoy, following up his own miss, tips it back. McClanahan all the way through the paint, through contact, and through the bottom of the cup.
It's good to see McClanahan coming back. You know, he had a shoulder injury where he was out four games. Starting to find his way back, starting to feel good. You see it right there, getting to the cup.
Frelo fouled on the floor. With 4:19 to go in the half, possession will stay with the Matadors.
We get a second opportunity here. McClanahan, just a little shot face, gets Jones. His feet set to the onto the floor, and he just goes right by him into the paint and is able to finish.
First foul on da Silva for Hawaii is the 5th for the team. CSUN ready with 7, rebounding from underneath their own basket. Allen Ikins, Jones in the corner, and a pretty easy travel call right in front of the official and the Hawaii bench. I think they were calling it earlier than the official.
Probably so. Even if he hadn't traveled, they would have been calling it, right? Just a little pickup of a pivot foot. Keep an eye on CSUN's energy level. I keep talking about that. Just played late last night. We got out of the arena after midnight. And here they are playing again.
Although Andy Newman, as energetic as it gets in the Big West Conference from a head coach, he was jacked up talking to us after the game. I really enjoyed what he had to say.
Well, you didn't know if they were going to come for shoot-around because they get out of the building about midnight or just maybe quarter till. And they have a 9 a.m. practice this morning. They have a shoot-around time slot. And they were here, and I think it was great. You want to get your guys. You guys were a little beat up. It was a physical game last night. Lactic acid building up. And you get an opportunity to get out here and shoot around a little bit, feel good, get organized, get that lactic acid build up, take a big, long nap the rest of the day.
Hawaii's led for less than 2 minutes. They lead it now by a point as the teams head to the huddle at the under 4 timeout. A newfound lead for Hawaii as they represented well. They were in the Big West Basketball Championships. Big-time advantage as they've been able to get a lot of bench bodies into the game. Pretty spread out scoring overall for Aran Ganatsai.
Yeah, doing a great job. Got some bench points. They have a deeper bench than CSUN. You know, CSUN is playing with a very limited roster. A lot of guys injured. Only 9 active players, 8 of which are scholarship guys. So CSUN, again, going to be fatigued from the game last night, but with only 9 active players on the roster, one of which was a walk-on.
Don't really have much of a choice at that point, right?
No.
Hawaii has has as good a representation from the fans and from the school as possible. They've got just about everybody from the school and the state here except for the state fish.
That's right. Which are you talking about, the reef triggerfish, or also known as the rectangular triggerfish or the wedge-tailed triggerfish? Or you can just go by its Hawaiian name, Huma Huma Nuka Nuka Apua. Now, can you say that 5 times fast?
That's why you get paid the big bucks, Richie.
I mean, it's found in the reefs in the Indo-Pacific. It's also the state fish of the state of Hawaii.
I mean, that's where I like to hang out when I'm not calling basketball.
Exactly. It's time to go to paradise in the offseason.
One of these teams hoping to punch their ticket to paradise. It's the NCAA tournament for these guys. Now Freelo makes his first of 2 free throws. Foul before the break to tie the game. CSUN just one of their last 7 from the field. They found ways to keep it close. They've led for over 10 minutes in this one. All knotted up at 26 apiece towards the end of the first half.
Still no free throw attempts for CSUN. You got to really tip your cap to Hawaii's defense and not allowing them to get to the foul line. It's easy to foul CSUN. They're so good to the basket. However, I will say, CSUN does have 16 points in the paint, so it's still an area of concern.
First foul on Bostic is the 8th of the half for the Matadors. A 1-on-1 opportunity for Harry Rouliadef, the 6'9" sophomore forward out of Brisbane, Australia. Averaging 3 and 2. He's been featured early on in this game. They've needed some of that depth in the front court with Morsek out for the year with an ACL injury.
How about Rouliadef playing in his home country of Australia? Throughout his prep career, 4 state championships. You believe that?
Their states are a little bigger than ours.
They are. Trained with the NBL's Brisbane Bullets. He's played with some high-level players. He's 50% field goal shooter on the season as a sophomore at Hawaii.
He drains them both, and the Rainbow Warriors up by a deuce. That's the 3rd foul on Ryan Rapp as he put a chest into Bostic.
Yeah, he's going to have to come out.
It's also number 7 on Hawaii, so big foul for 2 reasons there for Rapp.
Hey, Rapp, another guy that won 4 state titles and a national championship in Hawaii. I'm sorry, in Australia.
Well, Hawaii's recruiting trail, very interesting. It's always notable to me to see where they get a lot of their talent from, because it's all over the country, all over the world. They got a lot of Aussies, typically over the years. Well, McClanahan's a Californian. Dumps to the North Carolinian, Justin McCoy. That's your neck of the woods.
Morrisville, I believe that's near Charlotte.
Coleman gets Alan Eikens off his feet. Under 3 to go, 5 on the shot clock. Coleman up and under. Beautiful English on the right-hand lay-in. Hawaii enjoying their biggest lead of the game to this point, as Freelo rejected by Rouliadef. Oh, what a block by the Aussie.
I got to check my geography. I was just corrected. Morrisville near Raleigh, not Charlotte.
I got family in Raleigh.
What was I thinking?
I didn't want to make you sound bad.
Well, you should have. I'm okay with it.
Coleman around the screen. There's Jovan McClanahan in amongst the trees. Up to Rouliadef, up and under, and oh boy, what a spill. Rouliadef falling over to Sean Allen Eikens, landing on the floor in a heap, and he has yet to get up.
I hate to see that. We hate to see that. I think their athletic trainer coming out to see him. Let's see what happened here. Rouliadef. Yeah, he's just tripping over a body. Is that Deshaun Allen Eikens? Yeah, so. This is never a sight you want to see. This place got real quiet.
Yeah, that might be the only time we show that replay. It's
just unfortunate. I mean, Allen Eikens fell to the floor, and as a result, Rouliadef being in midair had nowhere to land.
It's a big fall for a 6'9", 220-pounder. As he's helped up, good to see him able to rise to his feet. Yeah, he certainly looks woozy. That was a big-time shot as he got upended.
Yeah, he's having a terrific game for the Rainbow Warriors. Obviously, we're more concerned about his health, but this is good news. Hopefully, get himself together over the next 20 minutes, including halftime, and potentially be able to come back and contribute for his team in the second half.
Trying to catch his breath. We'll see Ron Ganot Goes for another big off the bench, and it looks like he will. Checking in for the first time, Akira Jacobs. Talking about another international recruit. How about Yokohama, Japan?
How about it?
Akira Jacobs played professionally in Japan. The youngest player in his league's history. 17 years old, playing against grown men.
No, right? Isn't that crazy?
Sean Allen Ikens has it ripped away from him. Baited to the floor with Keontae Jones. Jump ball called. Possession arrow favoring the Matadors. So they'll keep possession with 19 on the shot clock. 2:12 left in the first half.
And you talk about the international recruiting, and you're talking about guys from Australia, from New Zealand, from Japan, different parts. I mean, think about how much closer Hawaii is to those areas of the country from anybody in the mainland. So that is one advantage. Of course, there's disadvantages for Hawaii. It's one of the main advantages right there is you're able to recruit internationally on that side of the world.
Coleman slips it away. Rainbow Warriors running down the floor. Hawaii also with a Brazilian and a Serbian. Yeah, a well-represented team internationally. Coleman fires at Trey. That missed everything. Bostic to go 94 feet for CSUN. Another 2 to go.
This is good transition defense by Hawaii. It led to a turnover here, which is very frustrating for Jones because they're trying to score before Hawaii can set up their defense in half court. You know, trying to get there and see if you can get some buckets before they get set. And it looked like Hawaii had gotten set. And it looked like a good move by Jones, but a carry as called by the official.
It's been over 2 minutes and 10 seconds since CSUN has scored. They're one of their last 8 from the floor. So Hawaii has come storming back and lead it by 4 and to extend it before the half. Pass intended for McCoy, tipped to him. Loses the handle right to Jacobs. It's on the shot clock. McCoy with a hand in his face. He drains it.
Oh, wow. 37% three-point shooter at 6'8". But look, you blink, and next thing you know, the guys in black jerseys are already at the rim.
Sean Allen Ikens breaking up a 7-0 Hawaii run. This was a CSUN team that outran the Gauchos start to finish last night.
Oh my.
Jacobs, he's making it rain, and Hawaii finding their shooting touch at the last minute of the first half.
But you can't rest, as we just saw. Like most of the time when you're playing a team, they score a bucket, and you got a couple seconds to get yourself together before you really have to buckle down and play defense. Not against a team like this. They're going to just take it out of the net, and they're just going to sprint down the floor and try to get to the basket before you're set.
Red Seas part there for Bostic, and with the shot clock turned off, Hawaii takes a timeout. Javon McClanahan brings it across half court. And with just over 19 seconds left, both teams to the huddle. Hawaii turning this game on its head after struggling offensively early. They've been able to flip a switch and become a lot more efficient. They have a 6-point lead almost at the end of the first half.
Well, they started out 1 for 6 from 3. And since that time, they're 4 of 7. That plays a big part. Look, I mean, that's a major aspect of it right there. The three-point shots weren't dropping early on, and then they hit 2 in a row just here a moment ago. Here was the second of the 2. Jacobs knocking down that three-point shot. The lefty, 6'9" from Japan. You had just mentioned him. He shoots about a 33% clip. First Japanese prospect, by the way, to join the NBA Global Academy full-time. Did that for 2 years. Played in some national teams for Japan. But, so here we go. Hawaii with the basketball. Obviously, they're going to take the last shot if they can, unless they have something wide open. And see if they can extend that lead. If you're CSUN, the best case scenario here is get this stop, get you a bucket on the other end, go into the locker room with a little bit of momentum. I think
looks like a timeout from Andy Newman.
Well, I mean, it's a use or lose a timeout. If you don't use that 30-second timeout, it doesn't carry over to the second half. One of your 30s does not carry over to the second half. So it's you use it or you don't. So I mean, you just use it. It's an opportunity to instruct your team, get them calmed down. And if I'm Andy Newman, I'm using it every time, every game, because obviously they're short-bodied and they're fatigued.
Now, is Andy Newman keeping an eye on who came out of that huddle, saw the matchup, and said, "Yeah, I'm going to call the timeout. Get my matchups in there"?
Could have been. Yeah, it could have been. And you never know what he's going to do here. I mean, they might try to throw something different. They might try to throw in a zone here just to throw off Hawaii. They might try to switch more than they normally do, that kind of thing. But more or less. I mean, obviously, you don't want to go in the locker room if you're CSUN down 8-9 points.
So both teams come out of the huddle the second time with the same 5 that they emerged from the first time. And likely Hawaii holding for the last shot here of the first half. Our 3-7 battle, Hawaii coming all the way back after a slow start on outside.
Comes the ball screen.
Barnett stays on McClanahan.
Nice back door.
Well, Coleman missed everything. Alan Ikens
got a chance.
Three-quarter court shot that's wide. And we've played one half of basketball in our first men's quarterfinal showdown. Hawaii, a 36-30 lead all of a sudden, Richie, finding the touch from the outside.
Yeah, again, they didn't play last night here, so this is their first game here at the tournament in a year. I love the resiliency. Started out a little bit cold, started to figure things out, got warmed up and got loose, and now you're seeing the Hawaii team we've seen for the last month and a half.
Hawaii, well represented. A good shooting touch towards the end of the half as well. They finish tied with CSUN, both shooting 38% from distance in the first half. Hawaii able to make 5 of 7 free throws as well. Let's send it down to Chloe. She's with Aran Ganat.
Coach, the team battled its way to this lead, but CSUN is getting a lot of points in the paint. What is their approach defensively in this second half?
Well, I like the way we didn't overreact to missing some good looks early. They're potent in the paint because transition, offensive rebounds, several guys they post. We got to continue to do a good job or a better job making it difficult for all those guys.
Definitely. Good luck, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Iran. 36-30, the halftime lead for Hawaii. University Credit Union halftime show coming up next. Both teams on the floor getting loose for the start of the second half. CSUN held an early lead. Hawaii consistently built their way back. Now let's go to Chloe Clark courtside. She's joined by CSUN head coach Andy Newman.
Coach, Hawaii has been able to out-rebound you guys. What are adjustments he needs to be made in the second half?
Yeah, we got to block out. They're just pursuing the ball a lot harder than we are, and we got to change that. That's it's going to come down to it. And rebounds are huge. Those are extra possessions that we're gonna need come down the stretch.
Another back-and-forth matchup following last night's game. How important is mentality down the stretch?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, this is it. This is March, and games are going to come down to one possession, and we got to be locked in and focused, and hopefully our guys will.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Back to you guys.
Hawaii being out-rebounded 20-16, but out-rebounding CSUN on the offensive glass 6-3.
That's the key right there. 6 offensive rebounds, but Hawaii's only converted 4 second chance points from that, so it could be a heck of a lot worse.
First half stats presented by University Credit Union. Bank with your brain. Hawaii coming out of the locker room with a lead as trying to hold on in front of plenty of Hawaii faithful. They call Las Vegas in the Henderson area the 9th island for a reason. A lot of Hawaii natives, just about all of them showing up here to the Dollar Loan Center. They'll do so tomorrow as the Rainbow Wahine, the women's basketball team, the #1 seed in the Big West Basketball Championships. They got that automatic double bye into the semifinals. Should be a fun week for the Hawaii faithful.
It's always fun for Hawaii fans when both teams make it deep into the tournament. You see the game summary right here. How about Alan Ikens doing his thing? 14 points on 6 of 10 shooting. I mean, they've got to do something to stop him. Justin McCoy for Hawaii doing a great job. 10 points, 3 of 9 from the field. We talked about that stat. Hawaii started slow from behind the 3 and ended up being 4 of 7 down the stretch from 3. Now look, CSUN, this is when they really got to dig deep, okay? They're fatigued. I'm starting to see a little bit. They almost look a little bit tired out there. And it's Hawaii has to capitalize on that. CSUN's just got to push through this. Push through it, get through the contest, make your way to the semifinals. 20 more minutes.
Immediately down low to Bernardo da Silva. Great defense. The Jasmine Sangha. And Deontay Jones rising, looking for the block. He's called for the foul in the air to start the second half.
It's a great way to start the first half for Hawaii. Attack them down low. They have a size advantage. They really do. And they can, I mean, they get their points in the paint in different ways, right? Hawaii gets their points in the paint. A lot of times it's offensive rebounds and putbacks. Yes, they get some driving opportunities, but they've got some back-to-the-basket post players. CSUN has that. We see Sanga doing some damage, but they get the bulk of their points in the paint in transition, and also with just drives to the basket, spreading the floor and going, beating guys off the bounce and getting to the rim. CSUN not getting to the foul line much, only 3 free throws in this game, which is rare for them. And so that's something they've got to change. I think Matadors have to do an excellent job here in the second half of pushing the tempo to a pace that they enjoy, that they're comfortable with.
Silva now 3 of 5 on the line from the day. He's got 5 points, and 3 of them from the charity stripe. Hawaii with their biggest lead of the game at 8 points. Back to 6. Mid-range left-hand shot by Gianni Hunt.
We talk about those points in the paint. That's exactly how they normally do it.
It's one thing that people don't think a lot about. You just see the points in the paint number. You think it's binary, but there are plenty of different ways to score those points in the paint. I think that's a good point that is worth mentioning that you brought up.
For sure.
Beatty in front of his own bench. Puts it on the floor. Goes up and under. Unfriendly roll, and he's going to come out of this scrum with it.
Missed opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a missed opportunity there. But that's a really good move to the basket. He gets to the paint. Look at that. I like that. Split the defense. It's really good stuff. Just missed the opportunity to score.
Beatty out of New Zealand. 2 points on 1 of 3 shooting. On Alan Aikens. 29 times this year. In now 34 games, he's scored in double digits, including tonight. For his second straight 20-point game in tournament play. He dishes. Bostic from the corner. In and then out.
Foul on the floor underneath. I think Munoz and Jones got caught up to each other. And that's going to be a foul on Munoz. Let's see what happens. What 55 do? Oh, it's a clear foul. That 55 kind of pushed Jones in the back. It's going to be a call every single time.
Munoz giving up a couple inches in that matchup. More than a couple, 6 inches. 6'6" Keontae Jones creates some matchup problems. As does Deshaun Allen Aikens. He goes up and underneath Justin McCoy, making it look easy. He's got 16.
So this is a team CSUN that scores baskets and flurries and in hurries. And they can score a lot of points in a little bit of time. Next thing you know, it's a tie game and they got a big lead.
Munoz, who picked up his first foul that last time down. First of the half as well for Hawaii. Sets up the offense. CSUN playing up and down. Jasmine Sanga just kind of running back from the baseline to the top of the key and down. Coleman stripped, but he's able to recover. And in the paint, misses as the shot clock expires. Look at the strides of Jones. He's crushed on the layup attempt by Tom Beatty. He's helped up. He'll have a pair of free throws upcoming.
And this is one reason why CSUN pushes the ball. Look, defense isn't set. It's the unknown. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And Hawaii's running back. They're backpedaling, and Jones is just coming at him at twice the pace. And didn't make the basket, but he got fouled. So now he gets 2 free throws.
Keontae Jones was the hero yesterday. Career best 24 points. Also turned in 9 rebounds. He was a board away from his 4th double-double of the year. And he's been slow today. 2 points, 1 shot from the field, 2 boards, 2 assists, and 3 turnovers. 3 points now after the free throw make. Sanga to the bench. De'Aaron Tucker back out for the first time in the second half, playing with 3 fouls. Those nice and early, too.
CSUN team, we talked about it last night. They beat UCLA for the first time since 2000. They had a 7-game win streak at one point in time. That's a Division I record for their program during their Division I era. Really jump-started by Andy Newman here.
We talked about it last night. His offensive prowess at Division II Cal State San Bernardino. Here's Munoz around the screen. Drano. Beautiful from Munoz. The Warriors back up by 5.
It's a set play for him to get him a 3-point shot off. It's 40% from 3.
Hunt on the other end over Munoz. Munoz pulls down the board. Juan Munoz, ton of heart coming back from the injuries. Playing a lot bigger than his 6-foot-tall frame. Dribble off the foot.
It's going to be a blocking.
And 1. Makes it. Munoz with the foul, his second. You think this means a lot to Keontae Jones?
Well, I just love the celebration and the high five for whoever was sitting in the front row. Did he play the guitar again?
Not again.
He did that last night. Look at this right here, pushing the ball up the floor now. Munoz trying to take the player control foul, not quite the right timing, and look at the celebration, the excitement, and the high five by the gentleman in the front row. Man, that roundhouse celebration almost hit that poor lady in the front row as well.
You wouldn't high five that guy if he was wearing green. Keontae Jones, the Madison, Wisconsin native, completes the old-fashioned three-point play, and CSUN back within 2. Love the effort that we've seen both yesterday and today from Andy Newman's team.
That's what they do, man. That's how they play. In some ways, they play similar to how Cal State Fullerton plays. In 4-on-1, they drive it right at you. They make it, put a lot of pressure on the defense in the half court and in the full court. Things like that. McCoy, man, has he not been playing well tonight?
37% shooter from beyond the arc on the year. He has 13 points on 4 for 10.
The third three, though.
3 of 6 from distance. Justin McCoy, 6'8" with the shooting touch. Defensive touch there as he forces a miss. Down to the floor goes Alan Ikens. And now a scrum under the basket. Everybody trying to separate their guys. Where's the foul on the floor?
A lot of guys hitting the floor.
Physical every game this time of year, right?
Oh, yeah. This is a conference tournament, man. It's the championships. This is your opportunity to continue your season or go home. The league is going to have one bid this season. Alan Ikens all over the ball. You love the effort.
Sean Alan Ikens called for his second foul. It's the second of the half for CSUN. Hawaii's committed 3. They lead by 5. Munoz from the top of the key. He's hot. The Rainbow Warriors enjoying their biggest lead of the night. And an offensive foul called. Juan Munoz able to draw it.
Munoz has got his fingerprints all over the basketball. Hitting three-point shots. Tried to take a charge a moment ago, ended up being a foul on him. Forcing deflections and steals. Always appreciated Eran Ganot's approach. You're talking about a guy who had 136 wins in his first 8 years. This being his 9th season, but he's all, you know, he came from the Randy Bennett tree at St. Mary's. Randy Bennett's more of a goal-oriented type coach. Eran Ganot says he prefers being process-oriented over maybe that goal-oriented approach. Look, either one works. Everybody's got their strategies.
It's worked out so well. Well, so far for him, I should say. From the corner, Knapp rolls it out. Meanwhile, that last foul on CSUN called against De'Aaron Tucker. He's got 4. Alan Ikens jams it home. They're getting by Rapp.
Such a high IQ player. You've seen all night, all weekend how crafty he is. I say weekend. I keep thinking it's Saturday or Sunday. It's only Thursday.
Feels like a Saturday.
Yeah, he's a guy that draws a lot of fouls. He just finds a way to score in the paint.
Munoz with 6 points on the day. Ditches to Rapp, who's scoreless. Rapp looking for De Silva. Underneath, through the contact. Alan Ikens fouls him. And De Silva, the and 1 free throw upcoming. 15-16 left in this one. Rainbow Warriors on top by 8. De Silva to the free throw line. When we return, Rainbow Warriors rolling in the second half. Andy Newman meeting with CSUN in the huddle. 7-seeded Matadors trailing the 3rd-seeded Rainbow Warriors. A date with 2nd-seeded UC Davis on the line tomorrow night in the late game in the semifinals of men's action in the 2024 Hercules Tires Big West Basketball Championship. Along with Chloe Clark and Richie Schuler, Matt Neverett from the Dollar Loan Center. And Richie, foul problems, the story of this second half for CSUN.
Yeah, and that's going to be an issue. 9 guys dressed, 8 of them scholarship players. And, you know, you talk about Deshaun Allen Ikens. He has 3 fouls. Now, he's their leading scorer with 18 points. It's hard to take him out of the game, especially when you're down. De'Aaron Tucker with 4 fouls. You know, those are 2 guys that are effective for you, especially from a scoring category, Alan Ikens.
We talked at the half about the bench points advantage for Hawaii. It was 16-3 then. It's 16-3 now. With these 5 minutes into the second half, it's been all the starters on offense. Allen Ikens back onto the floor with 3 fouls. They're going to need him on the floor playing with all those fouls if they want him out the comeback.
No doubt. There's no doubt about it. Grad transfer. Well, he's a graduate, I should say. New Orleans transfer a year ago. He played his senior year last year at CSUN. Now he's playing his COVID 5th year.
I don't know how small the world basketball is. Well, you know it better than just about anybody. Allen Ikens transferring from New Orleans. You know who used to be the head coach at New Orleans a while back?
Joe Pasternak.
Who we knocked out of the tournament yesterday.
How about it?
How about it?
I never thought about that.
I mean,
it's you putting the dots together, man.
The world of basketball, especially now, all the movement year to year is getting smaller and smaller.
It is. Speaking of Allen Ikens, doing a good job on him down there.
Hawaii with their biggest lead of the game, top by 9. Boston just kind of deadened that one off the back of the rim.
It's one of those guys that can shoot mid-range shots with his chest, meaning he can get in there and just be smothered next to a guy, rise on him, take all that contact in his chest and still knock down the shot.
Hawaii's been efficient as of late, 4 of their last 5 from the field. Down low is McCoy, through the contact, no good, and Sangha hammers him as he grabs the rebound. Here's Boston. Turning on the Jets.
Look at that.
Allen Ikens from the corner. No good on the bounce. Fouled on the floor. It's Bernardo da Silva. And that's another turnover for the Matadors.
They got Sangha with the foul.
5th foul of the half. And the 3rd of the game on Sangha. So Sangha and Tucker. Sangha and Allen Ikens, beg your pardon, with 3. Tucker with 4. We saw the foul trouble for CSUN yesterday, but that a battle that went to overtime. This one's still with 14+ minutes to go. Hawaii's led it for over 11 minutes. It's been pretty even throughout. Munoz from his high school teammate, Justin McCoy. A 30-footer rolls in, and Hawaii, the new biggest lead of the night, they're up double digits.
It's now his 3rd 3-point shot in this half. All of his points coming from triples in the second half.
The triple on the other end from Hunt. Can't get that one to roll in. That's kind of been the story of the second half. Hawaii successful, CSUN unable to respond. See if Munoz takes another one. He does.
Heat check.
And he would have made that. This place would have gone insane.
A lot of Hawaii fans here.
Bostic runs over and he draws the charge. Munoz feeling it now.
Yeah, I don't like what I see. Munoz is down in pain. And okay, Munoz tried to take a charge a little bit ago. It was a blocking foul. And now he tries to take a charge again. And he gets it this time. Now, is he outside the restricted arc? He is. He's well set. Great job by Munoz. Took a hard hit. And it just looks like, I don't know if that's a, yeah, I think that's where it hurts for us fellas. Matt.
Funny, the arena saw the replay at the same time that we did on TV. And a collective groan from the Rainbow Warriors.
Especially the male voices.
It was a very deep ooh.
Female voices were like, oh.
Whatever.
Yeah. But the fellas know. The fellas know.
They know he's going to need a second to go to the bench, and he does. The kid of the game is Javon McClanahan. Plus 11 in the first half. McClanahan, one of the leaders of this team. One of the other leaders of this team, Bernardo da Silva. He's called for a charge on the other end.
Offensive. It looked like a really nice spin move. Da Silva, I'm willing to bet, let's see that replay. I bet he pushed with the left shoulder before that spin move. He's such a mobile big man. He's really good strength down inside.
Silva picks up his 3rd. Let's see how it
Watch the left shoulder. Left shoulder. Oh, there's a left shoulder and left arm extension. It's a good call by the official. Da Silva didn't argue whatsoever. I think he knew.
It's that extension. Anytime the referee sees light under the arm on a drive like that, that's an easy call.
Never heard it described that way. Should be an official.
I like sitting and watching games rather than running. I like these seats pretty good. Allen Ikens distributes to Boston. Beautiful bounce pass.
Those guys are so connected, man. Like they have the ball. They know exactly where to deliver it. They're so good at moving off the ball.
Hawaii holding on to a lead. Led the entire way in the second half. Catch and shoot tray from Jacobs. Back to Deshaun Allen Ikens. Allen Ikens with rebound number 6. He's got 18 points to lead everybody. After he scored 3 yesterday on 11 of 16 from the field. Fouled by McCoy on that attempt. McCoy picks up his first foul. Big man of the game without a foul, it seems, to that point.
Yeah, Alan Ikens is so good at creating angles to get his shots off. You saw, I thought it looked like a forced shot going up against a 6'8" defender. Got the shot off and got fouled. Now, keep in mind, just last night against UC Santa Barbara, Alan Ikens had 23 points, got to the free throw line 16 times, and drilled 11 of them in that contest. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Keontae Jones going back and forth with the official. They both go over and talk to Andy Newman. What you do about nothing as far as the officials are concerned. McCoy heads over to the bench. He'll stay on the floor, however, as the officials talk to Eran Ganot on Alan Ikens. Such a matchup problem. It's 6'6", 215. He's big, he's strong, he's physical. He's got a great shooting touch and a great feel for the floor as well overall.
Yeah, I always talk about how he's the old man at the rec center. His game won't be any different 40 years from now. He'll still be getting buckets in his 60s.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game to maintain into your 60s. Alan Ikens, athletic freak as well. He had that jam on the baseline last night that got us up out of our seats.
And won today just a little bit ago here in the second half.
Munoz over out.
Oh,
no good.
So close.
McCoy's got a great shooting touch for a big man. 3 of 6 from deep, now 3 of 7, 13 points in the game. The only Rainbow Warrior in double-digit scoring. It's backing him down now. Hook shot, swirls in, and look now, but CSUN back within 4. 6-0 run to Dale now. And that picked up 2 fouls early. Haven't called his name much since. Jacobs down low, and a foul away from the ball. Boy, grabbing the chin as he was hit hard by Deontay Bostic. Picks up his 3rd foul of the game, and for CSUN, they're 7 of the half. We got a 1-and-1 coming up on the other end of our media timeout. Rainbow Warriors holding on to an advantage in the second. A 6-0 scoring run over the last minute plus for CSUN has brought them back within a pair of possessions. It's been over 2 minutes without a point for Hawaii. Leading the charge for the Matadors, Deshaun Alan Ikens doing what he does best, putting the team on his back here in the second.
Still has those 3 fouls. He's got to keep an eye on that. Just a big reason why CSUN is coming back here in the second half is they got the foul line 5 times. They only got there 3 times in the entire first half. So they're making that run. Doing a good job on Hawaii, holding them under 40% from the field right now. What the saving grace is for Hawaii here in the second half is 4 of their 5 field goals here in the second half have been 3-point shots, 3 of which have gone to you-know-who. Munoz.
Justin McCoy misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Hawaii into the bonus. CSUN with 7 fouls. Hawaii with 5 as a unit. Ikens away from the ball here. Keontae Jones. Right into the chest of Ryan Rapp and forcing his way into the basket.
So competitive, man. Just wills his way to the rim and over top of the defender.
An 8-0 run for CSUN. They're back within a basket. Tom Beatty awaits to check in for the Rainbow Warriors. Eran Ganot watching his side on offense. For Jacobs down low. Takes the pass and lays it in easily.
Good delivery, easy finish.
He was open for like 2 or 3 seconds, and he was standing there in plenty of space for a while.
Rotation was taking their time.
Jacobs, prospect out of Japan. He's got 5 points on 2 of 3 shooting. Tucker with 4 fouls, puts it on the floor, picks it back up. Fouled by McCoy. Tucker with just 2 points and 2 rebounds. 4 fouls in 8 minutes of play. He was taken out of this one early with a trio of fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game. Andy Newman directing traffic from the sideline. First-year head coach. He's had so much success. He's a really fun guy to watch. Bostic running the offense. Here's Alan Ikens. The corner, Hunt for 3. Rapper for the board. 2 Matadors fall. Let's see if Hawaii tries to take advantage. Jacobs loses the handle in the corner. He was wide open.
Yeah, he didn't quite have the grip of the ball in his hand. 6'9" freshman. So rapid pass to him in the corner. He's trying to get his feet set. Ball was still kind of bobbling in his hand.
Jacobs been great tonight at finding open slots on the floor.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, you're right. That's a great point. He does a good job of finding that open shot.
He might have had a point there. The referee just went to one of the ball boys behind the basket and had him wipe down the rock. So a wet ball to blame. Normally when a guy lets it slip like that, you see him wiping the hands on the jersey, on the pants, you go, all right, you just let it slip. But that time, there may have been some merit to it. Nonetheless, Hawaii leads by 4.
Look at the zone now by Hawaii. It's gone 2-3. Well, no, it's not. 2-3.
Tucker on the near side.
Changing the look. They've got to be able to rebound out of it, though.
Bostic passes up the open shot. Dumps to Tucker down low. Nearly lost the handle. Really puts it in, but he misses. Here comes Ryan Rapp in front of us, and he loses the handle on it. Ryan Rapp spinning, and the ball popped out.
It's your white shirt. You thought you were on the team.
If he thinks I'm on the team, then he's got problems.
You didn't play a little basketball in your day?
Rec league.
Okay.
Recess, you know.
Did you ever play with Deshaun Allen Ikens at the YMCA?
Not yet. Sounds like I'm going to have a chance to later on. The forced miss goes right to Jacobs. Neither team really in a rhythm now offensively. They tend to play our semifinal matchup. The winner takes on UC Davis tomorrow night in the semifinals. Davis, of course, top-seeded UC Irvine. Double bye, the penultimate game of the tournament. Here's De Silva. No good in the rebound. It will be ripped away by Keontae Jones. That's his 5th.
I mean, he chased that ball. He could have very easily not put the effort in. It takes effort, and then, yes, on the other end, great job. Is that Rapp that took that?
Sir. After a slow start, Ryan Rapp making an impact. Took this one right in the chest.
Yeah, look, this is a good call right here. Rapp did a good job. Getting good positioning. It's a momentum killer. CSUN's had some of that.
Hawaii bringing Coleman and Munoz back on the floor as they go a bit smaller. CSUN, the starting 5 on the floor. Hawaii, Juan Munoz bringing it up, trying to extend the advantage. Munoz, rounded to Silva screen, down the lane, hammered as he misses the lay-in. There are free throws upcoming for the North Carolina native, Juan Munoz.
He's little, but he is tough. Listed at 6 foot. He's a lights-out three-point shooter, especially when he's set, but you see he knows how to play. He's smart, he's heady, gets to the basket. And again, it's just remarkable. 8th year college basketball player, multiple waivers due to 4 season-ending injuries. And good career at Longwood, and now 3 years here at Hawaii.
He was rated as the number 6 guard in his high school class out of the state of North Carolina, which is, you know, one of the hotbeds of basketball on the East Coast.
Heck yeah, it is. Spent a lot of time, 9 years in North Carolina. Going back in the zone again, Hawaii.
See if CSUN tries to shoot their way through it.
Now, if they can get some good passing, they can attack these gaps. You don't always have to do it with the pass. High post is a good place to put it, but getting those gaps, don't just settle for three-point shots unless it's a good kick-out 3. That works.
Oh, to the beautiful bounce pass. Tucker rejected, but a foul in the air.
When you catch the ball at the high post, oftentimes your first look in the zone offense is you're at the elbow, you're at the free throw line area, you're looking down at the low block or short corner to help a teammate. Same thing goes the other way. If the ball goes to the short corner, you're going to have that post player, it's usually around the elbow area, dive to the basket, and that pass can usually be completed.
Kira Jacobs called for his first foul. It's the 7th of the half for Hawaii. So both teams in the bonus. Hawaii in the double bonus. Next foul for CSUN will be their 10th. Aaron Tucker is the first of 2. McCoy spells Jacobs. McCoy, team high 13 points. Just 4 of 12 shooting, but 3 of those makes from long range. No field goals for either team in the last 2 minutes, 37 seconds of game time. They're unable to drop the second, and the lead is 5 for Hawaii. Noel Coleman with 7 points in the game. For Beatty, who's got just 2. The showdown is down to Bernardo da Silva. Swatted by...
Oh, wow.
Swatted again by Tucker. And Ikens. Ball handling to set up Bostic here. And now CSUN slowing it up.
Jones wants the ball, man. He was calling for the ball in the fast break on the post. Look at that block shot. Had 3 block shots the last 2 possessions. Nice hustle, man.
Johnny Hunt saves it in front of his own bench. Ikens throws a laser beam, and Jones, after all that, ends up with the basket. He wanted the ball. He got it for about a split second as he tipped it in.
Such quick twitch muscles, man. Like he's like a pogo stick on the floor. Look, he's fired up, man. We're looking at him. He's pumping his team up, getting his team excited, trying to be a leader on the floor. 6'6" junior out of Wisconsin. Great game last night. Trying to go for another one here.
Hawaii in the second half shooting just 35%, 6 of 17. They still lead over CSUN. Set a showdown in quarterfinal play. But the Matadors, Richie, finding ways to limit Hawaii offensively after the halftime break.
And here's the reason why. I mean, Hawaii has made 9 3-point shots. They, see, in the first half they nailed 5 of them. Here in the second half they've nailed 4 of them. You take away those 3s, their 2-point field goal percentage isn't as effective. So CSUN's doing a good job taking away the 2-pointers for Hawaii, but those 3-point shots are dropping for Hawaii at opportune times, and that keeps them with this lead and in the ball game. So, I mean, and this is why you're a good 3-point shooting team. Hawaii is that. So they will continue to look to shoot the outside ball, but CSUN, I like their spark. I like how they're getting to the basket. They're trying to pick up the pace. Again, I don't want to be a dead horse. I feel like I've already done that enough, but it's looking like they're going to have an opportunity to push through here. Sorry, I get sidetracked. The referee's trying to communicate something over here to us. What was he trying to say to us? But what I was trying to say is CSUN going to be able to push through here in the last 8 minutes of the game, having very little rest from last night's contest?
Credit to the official. He was letting us know that Keontae Jones was getting his finger taped. He's taking the extra delay coming out of that timeout.
Great play out of the timeout, yes.
Silva strong on the finish. He's got 10.
After timeout play, all drawn up.
Silva becomes the 3rd Rainbow Warrior into double digits in points. 20th time this year he's accomplished that feat. I think it's Bostic finishing with the left.
Just relentless, man. Takes all kinds of hits. Finishes with the right hand. That time he finishes with his left hand. Used to play more point guard back in the day. This year playing more off the ball. That's why he's able to get so many buckets. He's an all-conference player.
CSUN never really runs with a true point guard. The corner, it's Coleman.
It is.
Extending the lead.
Opportune times.
As I was saying, CSUN basically has somebody different bringing it up the floor every other possession, more or less.
You can see Keontae Jones bringing it up a lot. 6'6", there he is with the ball.
Great one-hand pass. Bostic on the catch and shoot. Jones tries to save it, and he does. Throws it off of Munoz out of bounds.
Yeah, I was wondering, as soon as Bostic caught that, if he was going to look to shoot it, it was probably going to be short because he had to really reach to get up and get it, and he goes right back up to shoot it. See Jones diving for the ball, doing a great job, presence of mind, knocking it off Munoz.
Munoz almost got hit in the same spot he did earlier when he took the charge.
Be specific.
I don't know if I'd be doing the next game if I was.
It was a painful area.
They're all painful areas, Richie. Sean Allen Ikens, top of the key, trying to will CSUN to another upset win. Bostic can't get it to go. Tucker for the Jones, and a foul on the push on the baseline.
See, that's one of the most impressive things I've seen Tucker do all night here. I mean, he was completely out of position to get that rebound. He fought for it. Rebounding is all effort. It's the way you show toughness as a basketball player. Go and rebound. Tucker did just exactly that and gave his team a second chance opportunity. Now Keontae Jones at the line.
Foul on Tom Beatty. Kiwi from New Zealand. He's got 3. Good on the free throw. Beatty grabs the board. Tied up on the bench on the backside is Jones and McClanahan get tangled up. The other end, Coleman with the left. That was never close. Hawaii on top by 6. 6 minutes to go in this quarterfinal showdown.
Take a hit again. It's what he does, man. He takes contact. He still finishes the ball. 4-point game again.
Hawaii 10 of 23 from beyond the arc. Let's see if they go for another long-range shot. Instead, they dump down low. De Silva through 3 defenders. Banks it in.
They always seem to find De Silva in great scoring positions. Teammates do a great job of feeding him the ball where he can catch and be successful.
6'9", 215 and have the length that De Silva does. Tough to be in a bad position.
Should get a bucket here, yeah.
Beatty with the contact again, and all of a sudden the Warriors with some momentum.
I love it. Coach Gnat on his team. As soon as the shot is made, get back on defense. He knows how fast the Matadors are at getting down the floor. And Coach Andy Newman wants to take a break, talk this one over.
CSUN calls timeout. The Warriors going to meet with the best dressed coaching staff in the Big West. Hawaii with some momentum. They made 4 of their last 5 from the field. And with the finishing touches on a quarterfinal win over these last 5 minutes.
You're just jealous you don't get the Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaii, thanks to some recent shooting touch, making 4 of the last 5 from the field, holding on to an 8-point lead. It's their largest of the second half, too shy of their largest lead of the game. Let's see how they did it.
So you see McClanahan right here. Great job feeding the ball to De Silva again. They know exactly where to put the ball for him to be in place to get a bucket. And then a fast break, Beatty running the floor fast. Great pass up the floor to him. He's able to get 2 points. They just got to focus on the defense. Look, this is where Hawaii can really step on their throat. You're up by 8 points. You're knocking down 3. CSUN isn't, and CSUN's bread and butter is scoring at the basket in the paint. CSUN could be tired, so you really got to pick it up a notch and try to finish this game off so you can punch your ticket to the semifinals.
One area CSUN does have the advantage is in the rebounding battle. As tight as it can be, but CSUN with a 32-31 advantage on the glass. Cleaning up the boards. 5 minutes left in this quarterfinal showdown. It takes on UC Davis. First of 2 quarterfinal games of the day.
On the floor. It's going to be on De Silva on the floor. Banging with Tucker. Hawaii Faithful does not like that. That's 4 fouls now on De Silva. That's huge. That's huge. Yeah, Coach Gnat's going to have to make a tough decision. I think he's going to put his freshman in the game. Young Akira Jacobs.
He was playing pro in Japan 1 year ago as a 17-year-old. He was a true freshman into the game for De Silva, who's got 4. Beatty's got 3. Rapp's got 3. He picked up 2 of those right off the jump for CSUN. Tucker's got 4. Alan Aikens and Bostic, along with Senga, all with a trio of fouls. Here's De'Aaron Tucker playing with those 4 fouls and makes the front end of the 1-and-1. Both teams now in the double bonus. Next foul either way will be the 10th. Aaron Tucker. 3 for 4 from the line. Just a 59% shooter on the year. Strong shooting outing so far in this one. 6 points to lead for Hawaii. Looking to slow things down here over the last 4 minutes, 45 seconds. Looking down low for McCoy. Passing it up and driving is Coleman. They'll reset with 10 on the shot clock. Force it to McCoy, and he's fouled on the floor. That whole possession, Richie, McCoy calling for it. And they were just trying to find different ways to fire it over the top. Eventually, they just say, here you go, big guy, go get it.
That's right, yeah, and that's going to be the 10th team foul. And that means free throws for Hawaii, 2 of them from here on out. They're calling the foul on Jones, and that's his 2nd. You got to appreciate the help side defensive rotation, but a little bit too much contact on that. Just keep seeing Hawaii maintain a lead. Every time CSUN has cut it to 4 here in the second half, Hawaii scores again.
What are they doing here? They're calling out the Hawaii trainer. Take a look at something on the block.
I'm going to guess blood on the floor.
Yeah, I thought for a second they were calling him out to take a look at Keontae Jones, but instead,
yes,
that's a new one. I don't know if I've seen the spray on the floor.
Well, it's disinfectant. They use this. He's got his gloves on. If there's any kind of substance on the floor, usually blood, they'll spray it, disinfectant. I'm telling you, athletic trainers have a thankless job. I really feel for athletic trainers and sports information directors. Those individuals don't get any attention whatsoever. This is an opportunity for us to brag about athletic trainers. But without them, programs don't run don't operate smoothly. Kind of like with managers as well, student managers.
Oh, yeah.
They don't get enough attention. They don't get enough love. Thankless professions, but so important.
You know, the trainers, the SIDs, they get paid. That's a career. Oftentimes, student managers volunteer their time.
Yes.
Way more often.
So everybody has their role. We just talk about the coaches and players all the time. And we rarely talk about assistant coaches.
Yeah.
We always just talk about the head coach and we talk about the players on the floor.
And it is a team effort off the floor as well. It's really interesting to see the inner workings of a Division I college basketball team with the logistics, with the travel, everything that goes into it. It's way more than the 5 on the floor. Fly back up by 7. Keontae Jones knifing through the defense. So dynamic is Keontae Jones.
Makes it look so easy, man.
He's got 11, now 13 rather. Has not missed a shot from the field. 5 of 5 on the floor. McCoy bouncing around, going for the pass down low now. Instead it goes to Jacobs. Coleman to McCoy to Jacobs for 3. Rebounded by Deshaun Allen-Ikins with under 4 to play. Jones again.
Wow. Willed his way to the basket.
A flash in the pan. Zooming through the D.
He has been demanding the basketball and he's taken full advantage of it. He is extra charged. He's got his hands and fists clutched right now. Give me the ball, get out of the way, I'm taking care of this. If we're going in transition, even better.
Keontae Jones, 15 points on 6 of 6 shooting. He's also turned in 8 rebounds. Comes after he pulled down 9 boards last night. He is almost single-handedly willed the Matadors back within a basket as both teams head to the huddle. CSUN keeping it tight. They've got 51 of their 64 points from Allen-Ikins, Bostic, and this man right here, Keontae Jones, who has been a menace here in the second half.
And they've been so good, 44 points in the paint. And, that's where the bulk of their baskets are going. They've only hit 3 threes in this contest. You see they're just doing a great job of attacking, getting around the basket and scoring. That's what they do well. Now, you'd like to see them complement their ability to get to the basket with some outside shooting. 3 of 15 from behind the arc. They were 6 of 15, a pretty decent percentage. This might be a different ball game right now.
It's not just our opinion that they've done a good job getting to the basket. The Matadors outscoring the Rainbow Warriors in the paint 44-26. That's as decided an advantage as it gets.
CSUN has come out of this timeout with some extra energy here.
Zipping around on defense.
Yeah, Hawaii could break their back with a score, though.
Lanahan can't get it. Down to the floor. And to Silva. Shoved by Allen-Ikins.
Got 4 guys on the floor. 2 in white jerseys, 2 in black.
You think these guys want this one?
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah.
For Bernardo, or Deshaun Allen-Ikins rather, are they going to go to Tucker? Our monitor showing Tucker picks up his 5th, but it looked like Deshaun Allen-Ikins was the one that came in from the backside. A couple of officials going to the monitor.
Just diving on the floor. I thought it was Allen-Ikins.
So did I. At least naked eye game speed. They're going to look at it because this is important. It's either the 4th on Allen-Ikins or the 5th on Tucker. It's impactful either way.
Right. Tucker, good rim protector. Does some good things for you on the defensive end. Get you a bucket here and there. And then, of course, Deshaun Allen-Ikins, just all-conference player, first teamer, 22 points in this game right now. They're calling on Tucker.
Wow. So that's 5 on Tucker.
So it looked like Allen-Ikins came swooping in, but all right, so look at the big fella, 35. Okay, I see. Okay, so they called the grab first. Now, if Tucker hadn't grabbed, he wouldn't have got his 5th foul, number 1, and that foul would have been on Allen-Ikins. He was diving for the loose ball.
Silva, who's got 4 fouls of his own, this is his 3rd of 7 free throws in the game. Got 12 points, 7 rebounds. Those right around his season averages of 11.5 and 7. 4 Hawaii players in double digits. McCoy's got 14 to lead all of them. Well, Coleman with 10. Juan Munoz on the bench with 11. Silva splits the pair, and Matadors to the floor, running over each other. You can tell Deshaun Allen Aikens breathing heavy here late.
I mean, that kind of crushes their momentum a little bit because Hawaii was running back on defense. They were trying to inbound it quickly and push the ball up the floor. Now, Hawaii at an advantage here, setting up in their half-court defense. And they're going to pick up man-to-man here. So 4-round 1, each ball screen action, ball reversals, attack the basket. Great job, Allen Aikens trying to get him the ball in the paint.
Ooh, Andy Newman calls a timeout.
Well, because Allen Aikens slipped. That's the third time he's fallen to the ground. Twice in this possession, because the beginning of that possession they tried to inbound, and then obviously the first one was when we thought he had fouled just a moment ago on defense. So he is, I don't know if the floor's slippery, if he's got some injury going on right now. I don't know. He keeps slipping to the floor. So Andy Newman had to call that, otherwise it would have been a timeout. So I think that leaves, if our stat monitor is correct, that should leave 2 timeouts left for CSUN, and also leaves 2 timeouts left for Hawaii. So we're in the double bonus no matter what. So, next foul on Hawaii, it's going to be 10. Get 2 free throws every opportunity that somebody gets fouled here from here on out. So this game could be won on free throws. Free throw shooting for these teams about 67%, about 2/3 of the time for CSUN. Or Hawaii's a little bit more polished there, 71% from the stripe as a squad. Pretty darn good.
In the win last night for CSUN in overtime over UC Santa Barbara, Matador shot 62% from the line.
Keep an eye on Gianni Hunt inbounding the ball here. Oftentimes the inbounder, most dangerous player on the floor. He's not known to be a great three-point shooter, but he's been hoisting them up the last couple of games.
When Allen Aikens down low, McCoy swats it, but it goes right to Keontae Jones. Jones rebounded by De Silva. Now Hawaii really going to try to slow it up with the 2-possession lead.
Can't slow too much because still got so much time. You have to continue attacking, but yeah, you don't have to force anything, that's for sure.
Down low to De Silva, and Sanga boxed him out. That pass was never open.
Oh, did you see? Look at the excitement by Sanga.
Love the passion. Just 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting. Don't tell him that, though.
Fired up.
Bostic through the lane like a hot knife through butter. We're back within a basket.
That is a beautiful backdoor cut and delivery. 1 timeout left for CSUN. It has been updated. Only got 1 left now.
CSUN not going to go quietly into the night. McCoy backing down. Allen Aikens hooks him, but he resets to the top. And on the shot clock, Coleman. Vaughn McClanahan. Through the lane.
Wow.
Kisses it off the glass.
Big time play by a big time player.
The Sun pushing the tempo. Allen Aikens right through McCoy. A pass intended for Sanga's tipped. And it goes to Noel Coleman in the corner. Empty possession, a costly one late. Lead back to 4 for Hawaii. Led by 6 at the half. CSUN outscoring the Rainbow Warriors in half number 2. That pump fake from McCoy, he does that almost every time he touches it on the outside.
Keeps the defense honest.
Spinning, elevating, missing is Javon McClanahan.
Push it if you're CSUN. You don't want to have set up in half-court offense. Good job.
Oh, in and then out. Deshaun Allen Aikens. Sanga fouls Noel Coleman. For Sanga, that's number 4.
Got the shot they wanted. Now think about that. Tucker, 6'10" big man for CSUN with 5. Sanga now, their starting big man, is at 4, so if they have to take him out, they're going to be playing really small. Look, I thought the shot was in. In, out, thought it was a 2-point game. No. And then Sanga just trying to tie it up.
Man, tough luck on that, yeah. Allen Aikens, who's needed every advantage he can get, willing his way to 22 points. Last night in the win, he had 23, but 11 of those from the line. He's only attempted 2 free throws in this game. 22 points, 8 boards. Keontae Jones with a 15-point, 10-rebound double-double. Jones, it's his 4th double-double of the year. Missed it by a rebound last night. Career best 24 points and 9 boards. Andy Newman watching nervously. Noel Coleman makes the first of 2 free throws. Makes the second one. Give Hawaii a 6-point lead.
Well, continue to attack if you're them. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this free throw goes in, Hawaii goes to that 2-2-1 press to try to slow CSUN down from being able to get the ball up the floor, go right in their half-court offense and try to attack. Now they're going to go back and play it honest. They're going to stay in their man-to-man, not drop back and do a 2-3. But if you're CSUN, get some ball reversals, turn the corner, drive downhill, just like that. It's good stuff.
I'll have to tell Keontae Jones twice to get downhill. That's what he does best.
It's a fine line between forcing it and attacking.
Bostic attacks and drops it with a minute to play. Andy Newman calls timeout.
It's his final timeout, too. So Hawaii's in a pretty good position right here. They're up by 4 points. They have both their timeouts left. They're shooting 2 free throws from here on out. Now, possession arrow does go to CSUN. But if you're CSUN right now, I mean, you have to talk to your players about all kinds of scenarios. You don't have any timeouts left. So I think they're going to pressure full court. They don't need to foul yet. But we're getting close to that point. I mean, they can play it honest. I think they're going to have to look to try to go for a steal or a deflection. They'll make that decision. Every coach has their different philosophies if it's too early to foul or not. If they do foul, they're going to try to have to foul somebody that's not a good free throw shooter. Hawaii has a lot of them on the floor. Like I said, they're 71% as a team. I'm not sure who's all in the game right now, but the player they really have that shoots under 70% and gets any kind of minutes is the player Morsek, who's been out for the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks. So all their guys are 70% or better. Pick your poison on that one. That's a tough one. But if you're Eran Ganot and the Rainbow Warriors, it's key for you to understand that you've got some full court pressure coming. It's probably full court, man. You probably have to expect that there's going to be a trap as soon as you inbound. You want to try to get the ball in the middle of the floor, almost in between the lane lines, the free throw line area, so you can cross the middle of the half court line. It's very difficult to get trapped at the half court line. So, you know, try to keep the ball away from the baselines and sidelines.
Eran Ganot has 4 free throw shooters on his roster at over 80%. This is a great individual shooting free throw team for the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Noel Coleman, 81%. Tom Beatty, 82% from the line. Ryan Rapp, who just checked in as well, also at 74, nothing to scoff at.
So they're not going to put somebody on the ball. They're going to use Deontay Bostic as a guy that's going to be prepared and ready to trap if the ball gets to one of these corners. Boom. Try to trap at the sideline. Great job by Hawaii. Look at that, they broke it. Now they can just use some clock. Let them make a decision if they're going to foul. So they're not going to foul quite yet. It'll be about 30 seconds if they run out this shot clock. Still have some time here if you're CSUN. Hawaii could really bury him with a 3-point shot.
Under 10 on the shot clock. Flanahan to McCoy to try a drive. Shot clock expiring. He goes up and under.
Oh my.
Foul called, stopping the shot clock with 1 second left.
Great job by Hawaii. They used 29 seconds of that shot clock. CSUN disciplined themselves not to foul. And with 1 tick to go, CSUN has called for the foul. I think it's a good call by Hunt. It looked like in live time he was straight up, but no, he reached in. That's 2 free throws. Back breaking. 29 seconds of great defense. And then in the last second you foul and you put him at the line.
Justin McCoy, second team All Big West this year in his first season with the Rainbow Warriors, and makes a very impactful free throw to extend the lead to 5. McCoy with 15 points. Still well shy of his season high of 26, but back with his high school teammate Juan Munoz, he has been phenomenal. He's been durable as well, started every game this season. Those his biggest 2 free throws of the year. Rainbow Warriors up by 6. Under 30 to go as the Matadors look for some quick points.
Can't dance too much, man. You got to attack. Hawaii's doing a great job defending. That's what man, he's had a couple go in and out. And the foul's going to be on Senga, who tugged the jersey of Da Silva. That'll be 5. So now CSUN's going to be small for the rest of the game. Great call by our official. See the little tug in the back, you'll see it right there. Martin Chihusky with the call.
That's your guy.
With the very challenging last name to pronounce.
Yeah, not spelled anything like that. Senga and Tucker have both fouled out, the two biggest players on the already shortened roster for Andy Newman and CSUN.
In this dynamite season, Andy Newman's first year as head coach is likely going to come to an end unless they can hit some big shots, CSUN that is, and get some big stops on Hawaii. Kudos to Eran Ganot. They come out of here, we talked about this earlier, this will be the second consecutive 21 season under Coach Ganot. That has not happened since the time they won 3 in a row back in 2014 through 16.
Silva, who had supported the 230 pounds of Senga on the jersey alone on the way down, has that jersey tucked. This is the first of 2. If he's able to make 1, it turns it into a 3-possession game, which is monumental here.
Yeah, if not, well, either way, I think CSUN, unless given a wide open layup, needs to go for a 3. And in that case, you go right into your press right afterwards, force Hawaii to call it. Okay, good for CSUN. Get the ball down the floor, hit a 3-point shot, go right into your press. Wasting too much time.
Jones for 3.
There you go, now just hold it if you're Hawaii. You're gonna get fouled. Great job by the Rainbow Warriors. Did exactly what they needed to do. Prevented an open 3-point shot. Good job. And now they're going to seal it right here. And Hawaii's going to move on to the semifinals.
Hawaii 3.5 seconds away from closing out a quarterfinal win against this upstart CSUN Matadors team. As we take a look at our Hercules Tires. Strong move of the game. Hercules Tires right on our strength. Justin McCoy doing so many different things, but his 3-point shooting tonight, phenomenal.
Done a great job. He's the big fella at 6'8". Played at North Carolina, played at Virginia before that. Has had a tremendous senior graduate transfer season at Hawaii.
Silva at the line, putting the finishing touches on this one. First, May the 2nd. CSUN inbounding, too little, too late. Buzzer expires and Hawaii moving on. The number 3 seed Rainbow Warriors down the upstart and upset-minded CSUN Matadors in a quarterfinal showdown. Hawaii up against UC Davis in a 2-3 matchup tomorrow night. Tell you what, partner, that one's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a blast to watch. It's going to be a fantastic game. I'm pretty sure you can see that on linear television tomorrow.
ESPNU. Bernstein will be on the call, our guy.
Corey Williams. That's right. Tough loss for CSUN. Great career by Sean Allen Ikens. Jasmine Senga. Go along with Jared Barnett. Just finished his graduate year as well. Good job, Eran Ganot in his 9th season, sending them to the semifinals. This is a team now that has won 10 of their last 13 games in Hawaii. I'm excited to see what they do for an encore over the next couple of nights. I think Hawaii is a team that absolutely could win the Big West Championship on Saturday night on ESPN2.
Hawaii uses a 16-point performance from Justin McCoy en route to a 7-point win in the quarterfinal showdown. 14 for De Silva, 12 for Coleman, 11 for Juan Munoz, who didn't play a ton late. It was a well-balanced performance overall for Eran Ganot's team.
Hawaii did a great job. 42% from 3. They held CSUN to 18%. In my opinion, that's the key to the game. CSUN did their thing. They got into the paint. They got points in the paint. But what Hawaii did not allow CSUN to do was knock down 3-point shots, something they were so good at just a night ago in their overtime win against UC Santa Barbara. All smiles from Coach Eran Ganot as they go around the arena hugging the loyal fans who came from the island.
Yeah, they are the only team that does that. A really unique feature for this Hawaii team. I mean, it feels like a home game. Hawaii bringing the faithful, bringing the band, bringing just about everybody from the university.
Look at that. Look at the crowd in the Hawaii section. Band members, cheerleaders, dancers. A true family feeling out in Oahu.
The Warriors shoot 43% from the field but 42% from beyond the arc. They go 10 of 24 from distance.
Ryan Ganot's just been given the news that he's coming over to hang out with us.
Worst news he's gotten all day.
Well, he's fixing his hair, so he's feeling pretty good about the situation, I think.
Taking a page out of the Richie Schuler book on that one. Hawaii.
Do I print my hair? I guess we all do.
That silence speaks volumes.
It sure does.
Ron Ganot hyping up the crowd as he's getting ready to join us for our Legends Rings post-game interview. Legends Rings, we are championship rings. Joined now by Hawaii head coach Ron Ganot after a 75-68 win. Coach.
I don't think I can hear you guys.
Can you not hear us?
Let's see if we can get that.
I know I'm getting old, but
Are you losing your hearing, Coach?
yeah, I got you.
Perfect. Ron Ganot, thanks for joining us in your 9th season. The Big West tournament wins becoming a tradition for you guys. That one start to finish. Really interesting game. CSUN ahead early, but able to storm back thanks to some sharp shooting late, mainly by Justin McCoy, who had a phenomenal performance. Tell us about what you thought of your grad transfer's outing tonight.
Oh, he's been great all year. I know I was telling you before the game, just his improvement as the year's gone along. You know, his leader, he's one of our leaders. He might be our leader on a team that has some pretty good leadership.
Yeah.
And just proud of him because, he's playing with such confidence, such poise. I said, I think after the first media, and you probably saw like the first possession, we had 3 good looks, 3 offensive rebounds, came up empty, but we didn't overreact to missing good shots. We finished strong. We're going to take some hits. They're a heck of a team. They've had a heck of a year, and they really put pressure on the paint in every which way, whether it's transition, offensive board. So our guys weathered that and finished strong. Really proud of them.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stat sheet right here. It's probably the first time you've seen it. You guys shot the ball pretty well. You took good care of the basketball. CSUN does what CSUN does. They get almost 50 points in the paint. The difference in the game, was that your three-point defense? You guys shot the ball well from 3 at 42%, but you held them at about 17% from behind the arc.
Well, look, we've been number 1 in the country the last 2 or 3 years. We're always in the top 5 in limiting three-point attempts. And, this year, again, I think we're 1 or 2. So that's a big part of us, but they took advantage of that, too. We're not trying to take away 3 and give you layups. That's what they were doing, especially when they made their run. But again, that's how potent they are. We were saying 40-minute cover, make or miss. I mean, I know people will say, like, at halftime asking, what do you do about the paint? It's easier said than done. Give them credit. But really proud of our guys. They've weathered a lot over the course of the year, and even in this game. Juan was limited at times. Harry obviously got hurt in the first half and was awesome in the first half. Guys stepped up in the second half for him.
Ron Ganot, you've now won 10 of your last 13 games. But the most important one, the next one, tomorrow night against UC Davis. Thanks for hopping on with us, and best of luck tomorrow and the rest of the way out.
I appreciate you guys having me on. Thanks for all the fans that are traveling with us, obviously, and those who are following us from afar on TV. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the Rainbow Warriors always represented well, and tonight no exception. As we're getting ready to be joined by Justin McCoy, but first, a look at our final stats brought to you by Legend Rings. We are championship rings. Points in the paint, a huge advantage for CSUN, but Hawaii able to take advantage of turnovers.
Sure did. Well, look who's hanging out with us.
You got Justin McCoy after the big win. Justin, congratulations on the win. Your first Big West Championships victory. You're more known for being a down-low player, but tonight the shooting touch on full display. You made your first 3 from the field and continued the shooting prowess. Was that part of the game plan, or were you just taking what the game handed you with that CSUN defense?
Mainly just taking what the defense gave me. This is really my first time playing like major minutes in March, and so for me it was just about getting that feel. I thought the first 4 to 8 were a little choppy, and I thought the game started to slow down a little bit for me. And then I thought that we just got rolling from there. My teammates found me in great spots, and then I just let it go.
Look, I know your hometown. I'm a North Carolina guy myself. My man. That's right. What's it like playing with Juan Munoz here in college and having the opportunity to make some noise here and potentially get to the NCAA tournament in a couple nights?
Yeah, it's amazing. Juan is a great shooter.
Yeah.
He's an amazing shooter. He makes it easier on all of us because he draws so much attention because you can't let him get any shots off. And so I thought he was great. I thought Noel was great. Bernardo was great. It's just amazing. And then, like you said, North Carolina guy, a guy I played with for a while. And so, I mean, it's just awesome to see him out there playing and healthy.
Yeah. Justin McCoy, team high 16 points, great shooting performance. in your first Big West win, your first real big minutes, as you had said. And you couldn't tell. You look great out there, my man. So I appreciate you hopping on of our Legends post-game interview. Best of luck tomorrow against UC Davis.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Rooting for you, man.
Sir, take
Let's
care.
go.
Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Hawaii moves on our Ontario International Airport bracket, the official airport of the Big West. So we're set. It is Hawaii and UC Davis, our one semifinal matchup. Our next game coming up in about 25 minutes here on ESPN+. It's UC Riverside and Long Beach State. The winner takes on top-seeded UC Irvine tomorrow night on ESPNU. That'll do it for us here for our first of two men's quarterfinal showdowns on a Thursday night, 2024 Big West Hercules Tires Men's Hoops Championships. For Chloe Clark, Richie Schuler, and everybody with the Big West, Matt Everett saying thanks for tuning in. Long Beach State and UC Riverside coming up next.